that Upsusiwap, and the first is Upsusiwap, already started in 2016, and government has done to implementing artificial insemination and spread that technology in Indonesia. We also supply and distribute the frozen semen, liquid container, and also liquid nitrogen, and also container. And the one thing in this exclusive work is we already prohibition slaughtering productive female cattle. And we continue with the program Isi Komandan from 2020 until right now. And we not only increase the population of beef cattle, but also we improve the population of buffalo. So we hope from this program we can reach in Indonesia now is waspada daging in 2026 it some meaning to fulfillment of beef in Indonesia, and this is government instances in Indonesia and other companies, and we will show artificial insemination center in Indonesia. The first we have is BBIB Lembang in Bandung, West Java, and the second we have BBIB Singosari in Malang, East Java. And the next small-scale condition will present from my partner, Moza. Continue.
Of course, in the second topic, I want to tell you about the small-scale condition in Indonesia. In the first, more than 90% are small-scale farms, and then the business scale is relatively small, ranging from 1 until 5 individuals, and then the business scale is relatively small, ranging, and then household business, because I think that beef cattle farming in Indonesia comes from smallholder farmers whose business is only managed from generation to generation, and there is no development into a large beef cattle farm, but only used for the life savings. And the traditional rearing, almost of the beef cattle farms in Indonesia use traditional methods in their maintenance system. Breeders also not refer to large industry. The condition affect the production yield is low both qualitatively and quantitatively. And next, rearing system. According to Anonymous 2010, there are 3 ways of raising cattle, including the following, and we can look in first picture. Intensive maintenance. Intensive maintenance means the livestock are kept continually and caged until they are harvested to a cage is absolutely must. All cattle needs are supplied by farmers, including feed and drinking. And other activities such as feeding the cows are carried out as sanitation in the cage, and the system has benefit that cows grow faster and fatter. And in the second picture, we can know that extensive rearing. Extensive rearing is usually found in areas with extensive pastures, such as in NTT or South Sulawesi and Aceh. During the day, the cows are grazed in the pasture, while at night, the cows are only collected in certain places that are fenced, called open pens. This system has benefit that it saves maintenance costs. And the next, this is picture of local breeds in Indonesia. The name is Aceh, Sumbawa Ongole, Peranakan Ongole, Bali, Madura, Pesisir, and Pasundan. And then the advantage of Bali cattle from other beef of Bali cattle are relatively smaller than other types of beef, so thicker. In addition, Bali cattle are more ductile and cheaper. The advance of Madura cattle include high adaptability to tropical climates, resistant to ticks, adaptability to low quality feed, and less fat requirements than imported cattle. And then next, in the second is developing breeds in Indonesia. Belgian Blue, Galician Blonde, and Wagyu. Belgian Blue cattle have a large and muscular body, adaptable, and eat little and digest a lot. And the popular breeds in Indonesia is Simmental and Limousin. Simmental cattle have advantages such as fast growth, heavier carcass than other cattle, and less weight produced and easy to meat. And next, can explain with my friends.
Okay, thank you, Masa. I will continue. Beside the Simmental and Limousin cattle, as mentioned by Masa before, there is also Aceh, Bali, Madura, Ongol, PO or Peranakan Ongol, Angus, Brangus, Brahman, and Brahman cross cattle that also popular breed in Indonesian farmer. Okay, next. Okay, next is the source of local beef cattle in Indonesia. As stated in the map, every province in Indonesia has majority local breed in their province. The majority of local beef cattle breed in Indonesia occupied by Bali cattle that spread around the 7 provinces in Indonesia. As you can see on the map, there is Sulawesi Utara, Jawa Timur, Jawa Tengah, Jawa Barat, and Sumatera Utara. But on the Java Island and East Java, the majority farmer that come from the PO or Peranakan Ongol local cattle breed. The distribution of beef cattle population in Indonesia, especially in 2011, consists of Bali cattle that around 4.8 million heads with 32.31% population in Indonesia, mixed breed around 40.4 million heads with 30.14% population in Indonesia, Ongol breed around 4.3 million heads with 28.88% population in Indonesia, and Madura breed cattle around 1.3 million head with 8.67% population in Indonesia, and mostly beef cattle population is on the Java Island with a total population of 8.12 million heads, with the most composition in the province of East Java with a population of over 1,900,000 livestock population. Okay, next. Reproductive mating. In reproductive mating in Indonesia, there are 3 systems. The first is natural mating, which is usually applied by small-scale breeder. This is because it is cheaper than the other choice. Then there is the artificial insemination. The artificial insemination in Indonesia is widespread and has been applied in various medium and industrial scale farms, and also not a few small scale farmer and people just to switch to artificial insemination that to avoid the occurrence of disease decline due to genetics and the occurrence of medium range and close range inbreeding of kinship. And finally, there is the embryo transfer or TE. This technique is still being developed in Indonesia, and only a few large breeder or industrial scale implement it. The application of embryo transfer can maximize the productivity of female cows, even though they have low quality This is because the semen from the superior male will fertilize the superior female egg cell that will be placed in a cow of any quality that will give the birth to the calf with good quality. Okay, next is feed for the beef cattle. In Indonesia, beef cattle still get the main feed in the form of forage, which can be in the form of grass or legumes, as described by the dairy farm group last week. Not only giving forage, livestock are also given concentrate, which can be made by themselves or purchased from beef cattle feed industry. When making their When making their own, farmer will calculating the composition and nutrition of the ingredient that can be given as a mixture to form a complete concentrate feed. The complete feed can be made from agricultural and plantation waste material as a source of fiber, such as peanuts, soybean straw, corn cobs, sugar canes, and much more. And the agro-industrial waste as an energy source. There are pollard, rice bran, tapioca, and many more. And the protein source ingredients, maybe you can use copra meal, palm oil meal, kapo orandu seed oil, and add more. And don't forget to add mineral source such as salt, zeolite, bone flour, mineral mix, and add more. Okay. Next will be explained by my friend Agil.
Okay, thank you, Stefan. The next, the campaign is in fattening beef cattle, among others. One, PT Santosa Agrindo or Santori in Street Raya Lumbang Village, Kilometer 3, Wenginanom, Tongas District, Probolinggo Regency, East Java. PT Santosa Agrindo or Santori was established in 1993 as a producer of processed meat. Not long after, the company turned into an integrated beef cattle feedlot in 1995. Currently, Santori has three modern feedlots, two feedlots in Lampung and one feedlot in East Java, with a total fattering capacity of 150,000, Wagyu breeding capacity 10,000 heads, and modern slaughterhouse capacity of 24,000. Santori is the largest integrated beef cattle company in Indonesia and follows animal welfare regulation. From upstream to downstream, we produce and distribute beef cattle as well premium beef. And two, PT Widodo Makmur Perkasa in Hamlet 2, Jambakan, Bayat District, Klaten, Regency, Central Java. PT Widodo Makmur Perkasa is a holding company that oversees 5 business lines, namely cattle, livestock, meat processing, poultry, commodity, and construction and energy. Started as a feedlot business in 1995 and development professionally in 2003. Holder fed to the vision of provide food for the nation, efficiency, and observations core in 5 business lines, making PT Widodo Makmur Perkasa the largest force in the customer goods and agricultural commodity industry in the region. And then PT Giant Livestock Company or GGLC in Straits terbagi besar kilometer 77 terbagi besar distrik Central Lampung Regency Lampung. Great Giant Livestock Company or GGLC is the third largest cattle feedlot in Indonesia. GGLC is located with GGPS plantation in Lampung, South Sumatra. It was established in 1987 with its main business in live cattle having the advantage of being middle of plantation. Next. The grapes grow the consumption preference of the Indonesian people towards parts of beef. Based on the results of the survey by the AWS team in 2012, customers' preference for beef portion chosen by the community was that people preference the thick and deep has shown by the percentage of 49% and 47% respectively. In addition, the parts of beef that are preferred by the community are ribs 35%, waist 31%, and offal to 26%. Next. For parts that are often purchased by the community, it has a pattern that is almost similar to the preference of parts of beef that are liked by the community, where the parts of highs and highs are the parts of the most often purchased by the community with a presence of 29% and 27%. Follow the ribs and offal 18% and 15%. Next. The average price of beef in the domestic market in December 2020 was 120,159 rupees per kilograms. When compared to November 2020, the prices increased slightly by 0.44%. When compared to December in 2019, the price increased by 1.3%. The price of beef in almost all cities and regency that was observed was only one area which was below the price, 100,000 kilograms, namely in Kupang, NTT, where the price of meat was 96,403 kilograms. The price of bean in December recorded a slight increase after reaching its highest point in May 2020. National beef price for 1 year starting from January 2019 to December 2020 are relatively stable with a coefficient of diversity. Monthly price of 0.62%. Next. From the eight large provincial capitals, Jakarta is the city with the highest meat price, which is 120,195/kilogram, while Denpasar and Makassar are the provincial capital with the lowest beef price, which is 100,000 based on price searches from SP2KP, which includes price in all provincial capital cities. It can be seen the prices in the big city of Jakarta, Semarang, Yogyakarta, and Surabaya experience the decrease in price by 0.3%, 0.1%, 0.8%, and 0.3%, while one city experienced an increase, namely Medan, 0.12%. The other three cities' beef price did not change. Next. Processed beef products into Indonesian foods. And one, rendang is an authentic Indonesian meat dish originating from Minangkabau. This is produced from a long, low temperature cooking process using various spices and coconut milk. And rawon is Indonesian cuisine in the form of black beef soup with a mixture of special spice using kluwek. Rawon, also known as a typical dish of East Java. Tongseng is the type of curry with more pepper seasoning. The most difference is use of the meat. Tongseng is made using meat that is still others of the bones, especially the ribs and spine. Dendeng is meat that is thinly cut into flakes for fat is shrimp, seasoned meat with sour, salt, and sweet sauce. Bakso are the type of meat of ball commonly found in Indonesia cuisine. The meatballs are generally made from a mixture of beef, milk, and starch. but there are meatballs made from meat chicken, fish, shrimp, even meat buffalo. Next.
Okay, thank you, Agil. For the next, we will show our marketplace in Indonesia. That we some buyer we can buy cattle by offline, but we have a new innovation that we can buy cattle from marketplace that we can use Indonesia. And from the right picture, and this is the biofuel, but from the left picture is this is from seller view. So Sobat Ternak is this is the function from seller, and seller use Sobat Ternak to controlling the marketing of cattle in Indonesia. So we don't need each other to buy cattle, but we just can buy from online and set our location. But don't worry, with Ternak Nation, with not only we just buy cattle or the others, but we can buy other things in here. Especially our need products we can buy in Ternak Nation, and this is we really proud because this is Ternak Nation is made from originally in Indonesia. This is the last presentation from Brawijaya University. Thank you very much, and it will back to the moderator. Thank you very much.
Okay, you finished your presentation? That
Yes.
was wonderful, and I really appreciate that. Please, everyone, give a reaction to functionally of animal science, Brawijaya University. You can give any stickers, heart, or like thumb up or crab. Please give some stickers. Okay. And then it's going to be students from the Faculty of Animal Science Vietnam National University of Agriculture, and they will present about practices used in North Vietnam. Please enjoy their presentation.
Thank you very much. First of all, we would like to thank Indonesia University for their wonderful presentations. And as in our turns, hang on, like this thing is still in my HUD. Just a moment, please. And as always, we are proudly to represent Vietnam National University of Agriculture to welcome you to today's topic about beef cattle production in the north of Vietnam. So throughout this presentation today, we're going through four main points. Firstly is the current status of cattle farming in the north of Vietnam. Secondly is our methods, types of beef cattle raising in the North Vietnam. Difficulties will be facing and challenge in beef cattle farming. And lastly will be the solution towards all these matters. Cows are livestock that have been attached. Cows are a livestock that has been attached to Vietnamese farmers since ancient time. Cattle raising brings many benefits, not only providing meat, traction power in some region, fertilizer, but also providing raw materials for a number of handicrafts industry. Promoting cows husbandry is essentially creating jobs, increasing incomes, and improving living condition for farmer, along with providing meat for the meat in the increasing demands of the consumers. As you can see in this chart, right in the bar chart to the right hand side of the presentation, it illustrates beef cattle quantity and distribution through a period of 21 years. According to the data, in most years, cattle dispense from 4 million and above, peaking its highest in 2007 with 6,724,703 and the lowest point of 3,899,102 in 2001. Throughout 31 years, numbers of cattle fluctuate softly with a start in year 2000, with a number reaching 4.1 million heads and reaching 6,325,000 heads in the end of 2021. And this pie chart below here illustrate meat consumption per products in Vietnam. As you guys can see, we Vietnamese love pork. We rarely eat beef. However, we still dispense a whole lot amount and produce a whole lot amount of meat production. Others products from beef livestock farming are leathers equipment such as wallets, belts, phone cover, or very fine feathers for clothing and decorating houses, cars. Yes. Secondly, we'll go through a structured distribution of quantity of beef cattle distribution in Vietnam. As you can see here, the three chart above detailed beef cattle distribution in the north of Vietnam. There are two mainly focused regions discussed in these charts, or Red River Delta, which withholding 30%, and Highland and Midland region, contributing up to 70% of the whole northern region. In the Delta, Hanoi stands highest, taking a quarter of the entire Delta contribution, while Haiphong accounts for only 2%. Other major areas are Vinh Phuc, Taiping, devote for 19 and 11% respectively. On the other hand, Highland and Midland region contribute 1,092,459 heads, having Sơn La leading with 331,796 heads. Other provinces such as Bắc Giang, Hà Giang, Cao Bằng, Phú Thọ, and Hòa Bình, ranging in a descending order from 132,000 drop down to 85,000 respectively. Most other provinces accounts for only 7 to 2% of their region. Beef breeds in the northern of Vietnam, there are a variety of beef breeds in the north of Vietnam. First of all, we'll go through indigenous cows. Vietnamese golden beef are domestically breeds and widely distributed not only in the north but throughout the whole country. They are coated in yellows, light yellows, or the color of a cockroach wing. Some even have a light black and off-white colors in their fur. Golden cows are small in stature, adult females weighing from 160 to 180 kilograms, while the bulls weighing from 230 to 250 kg. Additionally, Vietnamese golden beef have the advantage of tolerance and hardships. They have good disease resistance and the adaptability to many different climates. Other breeds in Vietnam are important one. For example, the red Sindhi beef, originally from Pakistan, with a coat of red or dark brown, or in these pictures right here, white with sparkles of brown. It appears to have large drooping ears with a dewlap and skin folds right below the navel and very well developed vulva. Recency beef have high withers, big heads, and short horns, also short necks, which makes them recognizable throughout the herds. About its appearance, bulls can weigh from 450 kg and cows can weigh from 350 to 380 kg. Likely to Vietnamese golden beef, red Cincy can adapt to hot and humid climate, can resist hardships, and also disease resistance. Brahman beef, originally from America, it is a result of hybridization of 4 different zebu breeds. It's appeared to have an ashy white or a red, with high chalk crest and a dewlap and a well-developed dewlap, bulging forehead, appearing with bulging forehead and a large drooping ears. However, it appears to be hornless and have a long tail, which could be differentiate from the red Cincy beef. A fully grown bull can weigh from 680 to 900 kg, while cows will be ranging from 450 to 630. Around 1 year old, bulls can weigh up to 375, while cows are weighing from 260 kg. Average daily gain of a calf in Brahman beef in the duration from 6 to 12 months is estimated to be around 900 to 1,000 grams per day. It gives out a carcass ratio of 52 to 58%. Senegal breed, originally from Sanquois Island of the Caribbean Sea, genetically mixed from the Europe breeds Red Pole with a few features of Zebu breeds. Senepols is the type of breed that can rapidly grow and rapidly giving out meat. Grown bulls can weigh from 650 to 700 kg, while cows will be ranging from 450 to 500 kg. Senepol breeds giving out soft, fresh, bright red color steak, which always remain in a high quality and well hunted in the market. These breeds also mature extremely quickly, roughly about 12 to 13 months, and giving a good reproduction rate with about 1 batch per year. Likely to Indonesia, we also have the Belgian Blue breed. It is originally from Belgium, as its name, with white and faint blue dots, or in this case, will be fully black, very muscular cows. A bull can weigh from 1,100 to 1,200 kg, and a cow can weigh from 710 to 720 kg. Calves at 1 year old can averagely weigh from 480, and heifers can weigh from 370 to 380 kg. Cows cows from 6 to 12 months can gain weight up to 1,300 grams per day, and well-grown cows can be butchered around 4 to 16 months, giving a carcass ratio of 66%. However, due to its massive size, natural calving cows have a very low rate of birth. This is also due to its breeds having a very narrow cow pelvis. Using hybridization to optimize all the advantage from the imported breeds, mixing it with the adaptation of the indigenous one, giving us the best hybridization. Sin hybrid is a result of crossbreeding between Sin cows and Vietnamese golden cows. It has the appearance of a mixture of both breeds, and a mature hybrid Sins females can weigh from 250 to 350 kg, while the bulls weighing from 400 to 450 kg. Lastly is the blue Belgian Blanc, mixing with Sin hybrid with its average daily gain in the duration since birth up to 6 months, it can go up to 1 kg per day. And in the duration of 6 to 21 months, it can gain from 1.3 to 1.6 kg per day, giving a refined meat ratio of 42 to 45% and a carcass ratio from 48 to 54%. Next, we'll be introducing methods and types of beef cattle raising in the North Vietnam.
Thanks. Pinot is cycle over 2% the life cycle of a beef cow from the similar type of state when it is still a calf to small process to surrounding its natural 5 hours together. The first state is from the mother cow. They swallow and give birth to calves, which will be dried until reaching to state sensation of sucking. For male, they will be standard for meat as for female calves. They can be sold to other people. They can be standard like male calves, or they can be selected to the breeding cow to continue process. Next slide. Sorry, next slide. The first I want to show you about overviews of farming methods. The method takes account the foundation for development as a scale of a household raising a few animals. A medium-sized farm with dozens of animals to 100 large community-led farm had from 100 to 1,000, maybe over 1,000 animals. Cow will be raised to several hours, selecting those that are qualified for swarming with pools of artificial insemination. Covered about with a male/female that is shows about 50%. Here that covered will be kept to rise pairing cow. No loss. Back slide. As I pairing cows, we can be discarded, but be traits if they do not meet the standard of being a mother cow when raised. Male calves are raised for meat. God pools can be sold to authorities. Other carrying cows are also called for meat. So what are the benefits and limitations of those methods? About advantage to table for smallholders taking advantage of local forage and G5 food sources. Be proactive about the number of cows you want to size and suitable for your scale. About disadvantage, there is possibility that inbreeding when child policies the concentrate regularization reduce livestock productivity when raising keeping cow together. There are many different types of cow, different ages always. So it is difficult to build a nutritious diet for a cow. There are children with excess nutrition, children with undernutrition, excess weight, lack of demands is not enough. Reduce productivity, reduce livestock. When insemination of PPB for Vietnam golden cow, goat cow, the feathers is narrower than the mother bodies, leading to difficulties in calving. If not timely intervention can cause the death of both the calf and the mother cow. If surgical intervention such as cell section, it will increase the cost of raising livestock. Thus, time is using cow to know the implications of cost of cow neither is high, despite reducing the efficiency of livestock production. When artificial insemination is necessary to consider whether the fertilized females and the sperm of the mate pool are suitable. Next slide. Raising fat fattening cattle. Whether the type of fish use a feed fattening raising in the north of Vietnam can be mentioned as follows: using grain forage for fattening, using seedless addition of vitamin A, D, A, and microelements, fattening with agricultural byproducts, struck heights where these residues, tofu residue, need to make the most of the soils because it is possible to build an export resistant plant mill on the basis of agriculture by production costs when at much profit are possible and also trend of sustainable circular agriculture for the future. Use the C5 fit for planning. Also about advantage. Equal to in August, coal as cotton so as stable that can be built take advantage of local feed by products to reduce production costs. They might maximize profit. The farming time can be trained to match the variety of the harvest market. About its disadvantages, diseases asbestos, rising land, and botanic cow when imported from many different places to size may carry the sweet case of carrying local pathogen which can be mentioned as parasite, internals, and parasite. Requires farmer to capture a stable output market. Otherwise, fertility will suffer loss and be inefficient. Influence would have noticed to build a stable diet, running a buying cost money and reduce profits.
Next, I would like to present the path of raising milk calf promise. First, about the general overview. This is not a new method, but in recent years, the number of dairy cows has increased significantly in the north and north central. The number of calves born each year is very large, and in which the ratio of male and female calves is 50%. It is not possible to sell the whole calves so at birth or after 1 week, nor can they be cured on that basis. Households and farms specializing in raising male calves from around near dairy farm and areas, newborn milk calves, and so at a relatively low price. If properly cared for, will lead to relative meat from which the farmer can make a relative profit from this method. Now, make covers after giving. No, make covers after giving. Make covers after giving, but a few hours or day will be sold to household or units that raise male calves from it. When returning, the calves will be cared for in a nursery and given reconstituted meal or alternative meal. At the lab from a PH motto, they do not sell colostrum, while the smaller farms can negotiate to buy colostrum from coast. Then rearing calves will have a higher survival rate as well as better health. Calves after being brooded will be supplemented with refined and cooked food early to shorten the weaning time. At the end of the weaning process, they are raised to grow and then fatten. Apply the above methods. So, what are the advantages of raising male calves promise? Firstly, low cost process. There are times when you can get it or all the price is very low. Secondly, quality of breeding stock is uniform from the same breed of dairy cows raised on the same farm. Nutritional nation during pregnancy. Lastly, controlling dangerous and infectious disease because dairy farms strictly control disease security process. In addition to advantages of raising male calves promise, there are many disadvantages that farmers face to the process of raising male calves promise. Firstly, the survival rate and resistance resistance are high because of the lack of colostrum from the mother herself. If colostrum can be purchased, it must be divided equally. So the amount of colostrum or milk each child receives may be lacking. Secondly, requires brooding and feeding technique at a relative high level. Thirdly, when feeding early, it's easy to cause problem with diarrhea. Digestive system has not yet completed the breeding reason are not suitable. Lastly, according to consumer tested, the quality of the meat is not as good as other type of beef of dairy variety. The meat is not as good as the meat of raising milk cows without castration will create a bad smell. Next, I would like the children and solution list, please.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to present challenge and solution for beef cattle farming in the north of Vietnam. First, about difficulty. Vietnam does not have a beef breeder specialized for meat. The climate is tropical monsoon, hot, high humidity, the pressure on the disease prevention. Reduce the area of livestock and the area planned to feed cows. There is not much experience in raising specialized beef cattle. The application of science, technology, advanced technology, and high technology is limited. Livestock production is more scattered, inconsistent. Next slide. About challenge, the joint venture and association between the breeder and the meat butchering and slaughtering and processing establishment are not yet strong, sometimes discording in profits. The direction management and development according to the beef industry trends is not systematic. Often stagnant and inconsistent, so the price of products are often high and unstable. Along with that, other countries with developed beef cattle farming such as Australia, the US, and many countries different around the world. Import beef at a much cheaper price than the price of domestic beef in general and the Northeast. With the quality, with the quality of meat that can be even better than that of domestic beef. It's also the direct competition and takes up a large market share of consumer beef consumption. Meanwhile, domestic beef has not been able to build a foothold as well as image in the eyes of domestic consumers, leading to poor consumption, and hence the domestic supply chain will also be narrowed and develop slowly. Next slide. About environmental pollution. Environmental pollution leads to climate change, heavy rains, and long-lasting terrible cold, cattle died and washed away. To the measures husbandry technology, so they cannot truly treat livestock waste and often discharge it directly into the environment or use it as fertilizer with basic treatment methods. That's by causing environmental pollution, change the structure of soil composition, expansion of livestock area, demand for grazing grounds, causing degradation and soil erosion. Environment pollution creates many pathogens, increase the risk of pathogen infection, and affects beef performance. Next slide. Next slide. Apply modern technology in selection, propagation, measurement, and care. Make full use of agriculture byproducts, taking beef cattle into a crowd chain, enhancing the breeding technique for both farmers and livestock engineers. Planning livestock production based on farm size, limiting small-scale livestock production. Thank you.
And that's a brilliant presentation from North Vietnam representative. Coming up next is a presentation from representatives of Tang University. Please welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thank you. I can turn on the camera. I'm sorry for the incident.
Okay, please go on.
Yes. Slide, please. Yeah, okay. Okay, so good day, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tang. Currently, I am the second at Belgian University. I feel really honored to be here with everyone. We can share our knowledge and learn a lot. Your presentations are amazing and very nice. Everyone is really talented. I think I will know a lot more after today's meeting. Today, I would like to present the beef production, the southern of Vietnam. Next slide, please. So here is the outline of our presentation. So today I will be discussing it with everyone, mainly the overview, distribution of beef production developing in the southern of Vietnam. So we will be talking here about some comments with Vietnam as well as the different top producing regions in southern Vietnam. As some of the buildings provide covers detail the distribution, the production system. And finally, the opportunities and challenges for the beef production in Vietnam, as well as some suggestions from my team. All right, let's dive right in. So here we all know cows are livestock slowly associated with Vietnamese farmers from ancient time to the present. Cattle raising not only provide meat, cotton power, fertilizer, but also provide raw material for a number of handicraft industries. Boosting beef production is essentially creating jobs, increasing income and improving living conditions for farmers, along with providing meat to meet the increasing food needs of consumers. The domestic cow herd provides 4.5 to 5% of the total meat products produced by the livestock industry, meeting 45 to 15% of the people consumption demand. Our country cow herd in 2001 has 3.897 million head. The head of cows increased continuously by 2,700, 6.7 to 4.7 million head. This continuous increase has met in the transit of livestock development in Vietnam. The state has set an average annual growth target of 4.8% count and return 10.5 million heads, in which the rate of crossbreed cow in 15% in 2020. Next, to dive into the issue, we will present the situation from cattle raising in the enjoyed and popular breed.
Next. In this presentation, I will concentrate on distribution of this production in short Vietnam. The chart below describes the total how the cost beef production of Vietnam in early 2021. As you can see, they come down with the fastest growing region in the region, with the total herb cost beef production at the same time ranking in third in 2000. The second is Shorty, which is the lowest growing region in region, also with the rest last in the total. The last is North Central and South Central coast. This is top area high fierce number of cows being production. Summary, as region here this brand has developed and at the same time to make conditional and shortage are developing area and promising in future. Okay, next is my presentation. Next.
Excuse me, it seems that microphone has been muted.
About beef breed. Vietnamese golden beef originated from two breeds of cattle in China and India. The adventure of them is early fertility, high adaptability, good tolerance or hazard field disease. This breed also has a lot of corn-like bad appearance, short, slim body, black butt, black chest, and small stature. Weight is about 2
250 and kilogram, and carrot ratio 45 to 50%. Next, about bone wheel regenerate weigh from 800 to 900 kilogram and cost from 400 to 500 in adventure condition. Fragments vary in color from very light red or red to a mud black. Carrot ratio is 55%. Cod color, very light red or red to a mud black. About weight, bone is neckline. About raw matter, debris is basically in red cod. Sometimes there is a color change varying from honey yellow to dark red. Lunch mid-range is high in culture male cows at age 1 to 2 years. Measure bone weight at 800 to 1,000 kilograms, and a cow weight at 550 to 700 kilograms. Carrot ratio is 58 to 62%. Color. Red cod color change from honey yellow to dark red. About red shiny. This breed has a yellow, red, or dark brown cod. A metal bone weight at 450 to 500 kilograms and cows weight at 350 to 380 kilograms. The carrot ratio is 58 to 62%. They usually used to crossbreeding with local ratio to develop side harbor. Carrot ratio is 50%. Cod color, yellow, red, or dark brown cod. About Caroline, as a white cod and a major bone weight at 100 to 1,000 to 4,000 kilograms and cow weight at 800 kilograms. At one years old cod of milk production can gain a body weight of 500 to 550 kilograms. About carrot ratio is 65 to 70%. About color, milky using my car. Please next slide. About Belgian Blueberry. Bone will generally weigh from 800 to 1,200 kilograms and cost from 600 to 800 kilograms. The average weight gain ratio 1.3 kilograms per day. The breed come in two main colors, white, blue, and black. Carrot ratio is 60 to 70%. This meat orange breed where a doctor gaining weight weekly, delicious meat, and for high economic efficiency. This new livestock helping many farmers escape poverty, develop the family economy. And the last, red Angus, a major bull weighs at 800 to 1,000 kilograms, and cow weighs at 550 to 700 kilograms. The corns are small and birds weighing 25 for 30 kilograms. The carrot ratio is 60%. They have a reddish brown coat color. About weight, please continue to present.
Hello guys, my name is Ying. Continue, we will talk about beef farming in the South Vietnam. We'll have two forms of beef farming, small scale and intensive farm. Small scale beef production is mainly carried out by smallholder farmers with a scale of 3 to 20 head per household. In past, small-scale livestock production has proven quite effective in developing the household economy, improving income for people in rural areas. However, the small-scale pricing method, the focus is on in use of animal feed. So most farmers do not have the condition to apply sensing and technology to develop this farming, and disease is difficult to control. Currently, Vietnam is shifting good than to high-tech big farming model that meet international standards with high efficiency and quality, as well as it will be easy to control disease and slaughter. Next slide. Next, we will talk about beef production. The live graph provide information about the beef production for two area representative, namely Mekong Delta and Southeast from 2014 to 2021. Overall, the beef production of Mekong Delta and Southeast is bearing on upward trend. The orange line represents the Mekong Delta, and the other line represents the Southeast. Looking at the chart, it can be seen that in 2014, the beef production of the Mekong Delta region was 44,721 tons, higher than that of the Southeast region, 24,172 tons. And this output of the two regions in rest slightly compared to 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. However, in the period 2018 to 2021, the Mekong Delta were rapid in rest in beef production from 56,645 tons to 99,966 tons, about 76%. Meanwhile, beef production Southeast were fluctuation around 2,000 tons. I predict that beef production will increase strongly in the coming years. Continue. I invite Tang to present the next part, please.
Thank you, Ying. Glad Taiwan is me sick and Patron one. People Thai of blood health quite similar upon, so they are grouped together and are often referred to as special grace of foreign keep the high use among the current foreign variety usually lawn care, ranging from wheels try and one of these two widely to group where they meeting the increasing number of birds by thousand. There are also some other grasses as silico grass, rosy grass, the fifth grass. Next, please. Next. Next. Freezer foods. Storing food for livestock during cold rainy day is essential for livestock farmers to avoid economic losses. Stock on green food by silage, shops and them incubus. Composting food that's a capable of family in a high condition for long to prevent vision. The round material can be complained pineapple processing by products use soft which are composting for formula such as 100 kilogram of fresh corn stock plus 3 kilo urea plus 1 dot yellow dot 5 kilo nitrochloro can add to 4% molasses first combusting with the reinforced with the ring is a main task of the range intermediate between winding and fast kneeling grass used for building has a higher content of dry matter used for fresh and kneeling with scratch usually farmer less the amount of nutrient lost during incubation is usually less. Next, please. Dry food strong storage. This method has the advantage of being very simple, so it less damage applicable to all care of livestock, especially how food farming you can take advantage for of your time, allowing whichman cattle can eat lost without causing the solder. In order to open good quality rice straw and reduce the loss of nutrient after harvest it is required to dry quickly. The rice straw is usually freezer by in file such a file of straw compacted and ran shelter is common from the rice straw is good source of protein, glucose, vitamin, and mineral, and mainly for cable. Next, please. About to need the demand of customer. First of all, in terms of integration with farming still has our advantage that you can still use horse and could to yield fresh meat and less use of frozen and fatting beef. Therefore, the domestic beef industry needs to take advantage of community when with the requirement of domestic product suitable to the state of yield and region focus on export and keeping domestic market. There are 50, there are 80% of farming household using agricultural byproduct is either for clothes and using condom a frightened fertilizer for planting grass crop or selling most into for 48,873 tons per year. Eco-growing policies of the government participating in the strength agreement also creates and often opportunity for this export to traditional country when Vietnam interface have more for rivals best access to the market. Not an advantage industry. Vietnam also exports a number of livestock products to China and some Southeast Asian countries such as Malaysia, Myanmar, and Cambodia. The main export market of Vietnam have now completely often of Vietnam further mixed with import tax rate reduced to 0%. Some markets still maintain the protection tax rate, but at a low level, such as Cambodia with 5% export allowed, maintaining 3 to 5%. Next, please. Thailand climate. The tropical monsoon climate has high humidity pressure on the desired pressure from the outside information for driving cost based cash increase design DC lumber DC interest on cow first round went on August 2021 in and Long Hiệp Military District. Up to now, the DC has spread to 6 to 9 districts to an district in the province district. Cố Duyên Hải, Tràng An, Thành Cầu Kè, and Duyên Hải Châu. The people community of the district interested in the fusion brand to the Canada and give the people to perform well the work of the safe position on and control disinfecting claiming bus and adding lights way in and environmentally so meet a strict for to trial pedal. In order fashion the spec of design in addition to disinfection and saturation when provide product vaccination for cow in the area where the design of
Sorry sir, time out. Sorry, everyone. About the suggestion, I think I say some point. Suggest concentrate within improvement research, food and nutrition, new farming methods, and studying the way of organizing production.
Okay, time is already out. And how many pages do you need to go? Hello? Okay, thank you very much. It's very nice, and I really appreciate it that you present this to us. And please, everyone, join me to get reactions to this presentation by sending heart, please, or any stickers that you
หน้า
think
จอ
that
ไหม
good.
ขึ้นอย่างผมแชร์แล้วนะเห็นยัง
Okay. And next is going to be student from Faculty of Agricultural Science and Technology, Rajamangala University of Technology, Lana. And they will present about dairy production and practices in Thailand. Please enjoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I would like to present about beef production in Thailand. The population of beef cattle in Thailand. First, Northeastern region has a biggest number of beef population, about 4.5 million head, or 50% of the total population. Second, Northern regions. Sorry.
Then, sorry, I have to share again. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, we can see your slide, Prof. Sunton.
Let me. I'm share. I'm sorry. Share.
Okay.
Again, please.
Yes. Nice. Okay. And
okay. Again, please.เอาใหม่เลย population.
Slide.
Yes. อันนี้เสร็จอย่างสไลด์ฮะexcuse me, does it move? I'm not sure.
Not yet. So actually, you can take a slide show, Prof. Sunton.
I maybe missed something, but I share the screen. What's going
think
on?
you already shared the screen. I can see beef production in Thailand in PowerPoint. ตอนนี้หนูเห็นเป็นหน้าจอPowerPoint ค่ะ
เผาแรกใช่ไหมฮะครับ
ใช่ค่ะ แล้วมันก็เขียนสไลด์1 2 ตอนนี้อยู่ที่สไลด์2ค่ะ แต่ว่ายังไม่ใช่หน้าจอที่ใหญ่ค่ะ
ไม่ใช่หน้าจอใหญ่ แต่ผมขยายเต็มแล้วนะมันทำไมไม่ใหญ่เดี๋ยวนะถ้าอย่างนี้เห็นไหมขยับไหม
ตอนนี้ยังค่ะ ยังเหมือนเดิมเลยค่ะ
Still the same, right? So now เดี๋ยวนะผมส่งไฟล์ไปให้แล้วกันนะได้ไหมlet me see. Let me try again.
Yeah.
Everyone see this?
Yes, we can see your screen. Actually, yeah, that's
yes.
move now.
Move now. Okay. Okay, go please.
Okay, please, MUTL, you can present now.
Bee production in Thailand. The population of bee catcher in Thailand. First, northeastern regions had the biggest number of bee population, about 4.5 million heads, or 50% of the total population. Second, northern regions had the second number of bee population, about 1.9 million heads, or 22% of the total. Third, central regions has bee population at 1.5 million heads, or 17% of the total. Fourth, southern regions had bee population about 800,000 heads, or about 10% of the total. Overall, Thailand has bee population about 8.8 million heads. Beef that commonly raised in Thailand. First, native cattle. The native cattle of Thailand are similar to the native cattle of neighboring Asian countries. It has a compact appearance, small body, small slender legs, and long. Male has a small half water on the neck, but not very rude, small ears, smooth skin under the abdomen. There are ancient colors such as bright red, bright yellow, backs of white, bright brown, and may include a dash of color. Adult male weigh about 300 to 350 kilograms. Female 200 to 250 kilograms. Some advantages and disadvantages of native cattle. Advantages. First, easy to raise because it has undergone a natural selection and is able to adapt to local feed resources. Second, adult female normally give birth yearly. Third, resistant to disease, insects, and extremely hot humid weather. Fourth, good at labor from farm. Fifth, able to breed with other breeds. Sixth, meat is firm texture, suitable from Thai cooking. Disadvantages. First, size is small that may not meet demands of markets. Second, not suitable from fattening because it is unable to produce the carcass weight that the cattle market bought at 450 kilograms, and the meat raw in marine. Thus, due to small size, it is not suitable from crossbreeding with larger beasts such as Charolais and Simmental because of difficulty giving birth. Second, Brahman cattle originates in India but bred in the United States. The body is broad, long and deep well proportioned. The back is straight, drooping. The ears are large and long. The nose, lips, eyelash, hoof, and skin are black. The water on the neck, the skin under the belly in drooping. The breadth of the tail in large. The tassel in black. The color is gray and red. The most popular is white. Adult males weigh about 800 to 1,200 kilograms. Female about 500 to 700 kilograms. Advantages and disadvantages of Brahman cattle. Advantages: first, good adaptation to the hot weather. Second, resistance to disease and insects. Third, growing fast. Fourth, suitable as basic cattle to produce. Do proposed cattle strip can be used as labor. Disadvantages: quite low conception rate and is preferred to use only good quality grass.
Third, Charolais cattle, native to France, is a creamy white all over the body. The shape is rectangular, short leg, broad, long, and deep body, muscular throughout the body. Dorsal character is a very large cattle male when fully grown, weigh about 1100 kg, while female about 700 to 800. Advantages and disadvantages of Charolais cattle. Advantages: first, Charolais growing fast. The carcass are large, tender, and high margin. They are in demand in the high quality beef market. Second, suitable to be mixed with mother Brahman or hybrid Brahman to produce offspring for fattening. For disadvantages, first, if left as purebred or high pedigree, it will not tolerate hot weather in Thailand. Second, not suitable for breeding with small cows because it may cause difficulty to give birth. Next, other popular beef cattle breeds also have Simmental cattle, Kamphaeng San cattle, Tag crossbred cattle, Drought Master, Brazilian Hindu cattle, and Thai black. Next, cattle breed Thai that have been promoted by the Department of Livestock Development to raise for smallholder beef farm in Thailand. First, native breed account for 60% of the total population. Second, Brahman account for 36% of the total population and other about 3% of the total population. Number of beef farmers in Thailand. Thailand have beef about 1 million households, with the number of animals about 8.8 million head. For farm size, have small, medium, and large, with number of beef cattle from 2 to 10, 30 to 50, and more than 50 respectively.
Type of beef farm in Thailand. Thailand had two types of beef farm system. First, business cattle raising system. This system had about 38,000 farmers or 2% of total farmers. This produce about 1.55 million of beef cattle or 17.5% of the total production system. Second, freelance raising system. This system had about 1.4 million farmer family or 98% of total farmer. This produce about 7.32 million beef cattle or 82.5% of the total production system. Characteristic of beef herd. 60% of herd are dominated by native breed. 73% of herd are dominated by female beef white male are only 27%. 40% of female are adult and 55% of them can produce offspring yearly. Dry beef cattle market in Thailand. The number of dry market in Thailand, a total of 178 trade. Number of cattle trade at least 2.62 million head per year. This table shows dry beef market in Thailand in million head from year 2016 to 2020 for domestic consumption, range from 0.9 to 1.4 million head. For export, range from 0.2 to 0.3 million head, and import 0.1 million head. Thai people consume beef meat average of 3 kg per head per year.
The lower level beef meat market includes fresh market shopping board, meatball factories. Cattle in this market come from native cattle and indigenous hybrid, cow dairy cows, Burmese cattle, green cat. This market produce 73,000 tons of meat or 43% of total domestic consumption. The middle beef meat market includes a large fresh market of shopping malls. These four middle markets come from short fattening cattle, crossbred, Brahman, Dairy Blue, Burmese cattle. This market produce 81,000 tons of meat or 54% of total domestic consumption. High beef meat markets include hotel, restaurant, steakhouse, department store. Major sources are from Phonyang Kham Livestock Cooperative, Kamphaeng San Beef Cattle Cooperative, Ankuchau Farm, Non Soong Cooperative. This market produce 3,000 tons of meat or 2% of consumption and also imported from about 1,000 tons or 1% of consumption. Thailand has slaughterhouse and factory for meat and meat by-product fooding. About 110 slaughterhouse for only cattle and buffalo. About 130 slaughterhouse for cattle, buffalo, and swine. 7 slaughterhouse for export. About 70 processing factories for making meatballs. About 130 tanning factories and 8 bone meal factories. Compare meat quality between local and high market. Local or market prefer fat cattle and no age limit. Most have been laid off from work, maybe fattened for 3 to 4 months, which are concentrated feed to gain the extra weight. This type of cattle is also called a fat cow. The meat is less expensive. High market require quality meat that is young cattle fattening but not over 3 years old. Fat a large amount of concentrate feed for at least 5 months. The meat is high price due to the high quality of the carcass. Next. Time for fattening to reach market weight for native breed, crossbreed Brahman, and pre-crossbred. Need time to 12 months to reach market weight, depend on initial weight. Next. Nutrient requirement in different states of production. Before winning, growth, and fattening require different amount of nutrients
in terms of food protein, metabolizable energy, neutral detergent, fiber or non-structural carbohydrate, and calcium.
Feedstock for beef cattle in Thailand. There are two types, including first, raw-fed refer to feed with fiber content cattle that 18% low digestibility, less weight per unit volume, including low quality raw-fed content protein less than 5%, such as livestock, sugarcane shoot, and gas that had been cut for more than 8 weeks. Fair quality raw-fed contain 5 to 7% food protein, including different types of gas and cutting edge not more than 8 weeks. More sweet corn stock. Good quality raw-fed contain 7 to 10% of food protein, including various gases with a cutting edge of not more than 6 weeks. Young corn husk and conceal. Excellent quality raw-fed contain more than 10% crude protein, including gases with a cutting edge of not more than 6 weeks. Husk and conceal and mix it with pea family plant. Example of raw-feeds in Thailand. These features show such as livestock, sugarcane shoot, sweet corn with husk and chill, Napier gas, Lucy gas, Haley gas, alfalfa, and hamata. Second, concentrates of feed ingredients that are high in concentration of nutrients per unit weight. Most of them have less than 18% fiber. They are divided into three types: protein concentrate, energy feed, and mineral and vitamin supplement. Protein concentrate are from animal protein such as fish meal, whey powder meal, and bone meal. Plant protein such as soybean meal, cotton seed meal, palm kernel meal, and rubber seed residue. Nitrogen compounds such as urea and ammonia. Energy concentrate feed. They are high in carbohydrate, low in protein, and used as result beet such as corn, cassava, chip, rye bran, and broken rye. Mineral and vitamin supplement. Mineral concentrate contain more mineral than other feed such as salt and bone meal. While vitamin concentrate are produced from pharmaceutical factory in a concentrate form of some vitamin pill. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, that is a very good presentation. So please,
And that's-
everyone, get some returns to this presentation by sending stickers, please.
Okay, and that's the last presentation from student from Rajamangala University, Lanna, Chiang Mai. And next is the presentation from student of Vietnam National University of Agriculture on topic of social and culture in Vietnam. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ngô Ngọc Bảo Anh. I'm a freshman
from Vietnam National University of Agriculture. As you can see here, I'm wearing one of my country traditional clothes, along with my two friends, Giang and Duyên. We are all wearing our traditional clothes, which you'll get to know more about later. Because now we are going to take you on a journey to our culture, the Vietnamese culture. And I guarantee that the journey is going to be very tempting. So please stay till the very end. And to begin with, I'd like to start with a statement of a world's famous chef from England, Gordon Ramsay. He said, "Thank God I didn't grow up in Vietnam. Otherwise, I'd be useless as a chef." And you know what? Vietnamese cuisines is just a small part in the culture story we are about to tell you. First, let's get to know about Vietnam's geographical location. Vietnam is a letter S shaped country, including the land and two archipelagos of Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa, located on the Indochina Peninsula, Southeast Asia, along the Pacific Ocean. Vietnam has a coastline of more than 3,000 kilometers, which is very long. And our country located in the tropics region and has many, many rivers. This has greatly influenced the formation of the Vietnamese culture, which creates the unique feature of the wet rice civilization. And with the long history of 4,000 years, the Vietnamese culture is extremely diverse and full of national identity, with 54 ethnic groups, creating the uniqueness of each cultural region. And we all know that the concept of culture is divided into intangible cultural heritages and tangible ones. And let's enjoy the quintessence of intangible heritages, starting with the language.
Hi, my name is Duyên. Today, I will introduce you to the intangible culture in Vietnam. Firstly, let's learn about Vietnamese speech and writing. Vietnamese is the mother tongue of about 85% the population of Vietnam, along with more than 5.3 million Vietnamese living abroad. Vietnamese is also the second language of ethnic minority in Vietnam. Previously, the Vietnamese used a Nom script, but today Vietnamese use a Latin alphabet called Quốc ngữ and access masterized. Next, Bảo Anh will help us learn about Vietnam traditional custom.
So back to me and my outfit. We all know that the typical costume of each country is considered a symbol of culture. And we have the Vietnamese áo dài. So the outfit originated hundreds of years ago. And it is believed that the áo dài originated from the Dowling ropes in 1744. And after that, the Dowling rope was reduced to a 4-piece rope. And in Vietnamese, we call it the tứ thân, with 2 separate front flaps and 2 back flaps sewn into one shirt. And then in the reign of King Gia Long, the 5-body rope, ngũ thân, ngũ is 5, appeared, and this type of shirt symbolized the wearer's status in the society. Moving on, in 1939, the artist Cát Tường drew the style of Lumière áo dài. That is a French word. And then artist Lê Phổ reduced the size to fit the woman's body, as you can see on the screen here. And they are also very, very, very beautiful. And the high collar Lê Phổ model is considered the prototype of the current Vietnamese áo dài design, the modern ones. And if you want to understand the power of áo dài, let's take a look at the transformation of Hờ Hèn Nhé, a Vietnamese model. This is a pic of her in ordinary clothes versus when she wears her áo dài, and she looks much more charming and beautiful. In addition to traditional áo dài, each region has different traditional costume. You can see on the screen here, we have the Tây people. the Thai people, Duyên. Yes, Duyên is wearing her traditional costume, the Thai, and a lot more.
Vietnam is a multi-religious country with 95% of the population having a religious life and more than 26.5 million followers of religions. Every year, more than 8,500 religious festivals are held. Vietnam believes ancestor worship, ghost worship, deity of each village. Mother goddess worship job ancestor and people with material service. Next, let's learn about folk perform arts in Vietnam. Folklore arts, a form of visual arts performed in people's daily life. It reflects multi-dimensional historical and cultural perspective. Folklore arts help people understand the way of living and image of Vietnam, its people. In any country, festivals are indispensable art. Vietnam is considered the home of festivals. Traditional festivals are unit from the cultural activities that reflects the spiritual life of each ethnic group, a form of collective activity after a hard working day, an opportunity for people to guide their life, and Vietnam has more than 7,000 folk festivals. If you are interested in sophisticated and handcraft products, let's learn about traditional craft. Vietnam handicraft have a long tradition. Tradition is associated with the Western civilization. There are many craft villages by handmade products with unique, sophisticated, and perfect features. They contain many customs, traditions, and cultural quality of Vietnam. Currently, a country has about 5,400 craft villages with products, ceramics, silver, embroidered, bamboo, and many more. And we also have folk knowledge, which includes knowledge about the natural environment, knowledge about people and plants to make mention, knowledge of social behavior, and knowledge of production and agriculture. For students of Vietnam National University, folk knowledge is very valuable when applied in animal husbandry and farming. In animal husbandry, people use local knowledge to choose healthy livestock breed to breed, help increase the value product of livestock. In cultivation, from a long time ago, farmers have known to use folk knowledge to see the weather. For example, simply by looking at helicopter flies.
And now to the part that we all look forward to. The food. My stomach is growling for it. And back to the saying of world #1 chef Gordon Ramsay. Indeed, Vietnamese food is extremely attractive with the typical flavor of each region. And believe it or not, 63 provinces in Vietnam have their own and very unique specialties that you just cannot resist. I don't have enough time to list them all. And so let's get started. To introduce the cuisine though, let's change the atmosphere a little bit with a small quiz game. So the rule of the game is very simple. I have 3 questions. After each question, you guys have 15 seconds to guess. And of course, the prize. To all the students from Indonesia and Thailand, I promise that if you got the right answer, me and my friends from Vietnam National University of Agriculture gonna take you guys to eat exactly that dish when you come to Vietnam. And yes, we will pay for the meal. So let's, as you can see here, this is a picture of Barack Obama, the former president of the US. And the first question is, what dish did US former President Barack Obama try during his stay in Hanoi? And now the time starts. Okay, time's up. Any answer? No answer.
It's in the chat section.
Oh, it's in the chat section. Well, I cannot see it. Can you guys open the mic and tell me? Let's see. Oh, there's one student from Indonesia, and that is the right answer. The answer is, yay, bún chả. And okay, the dude that just have the answer, you can contact me, and I promise that when you come here, you get exactly this. And now the next question is, what kind of coffee did international reporters especially enjoy at the 2019 North Korean United States Hanoi summit? This is a hard one, but it's worth it. The time start now, sorry. Time is up. Is there any answer from the Thailand and Indonesia student? Okay, I guess this one is pretty hard. So the answer is egg coffee. It may look like cheese, but it's actually egg. And you guys would love it if you guys give it a chance. It's so good. And now to the last question. What are the two dishes listed in the CNN's World's 30 Best Foods list? The two Vietnamese dishes. The time starts now. Any answer? This one is really well known. I bet you guys know it. Okay, I guess there isn't anyone. But, well, you guys will be surprised because the answer is actually pretty easy. It is summer rolls, gỏi cuốn, and phở. I don't know if you guys have tried it, but yes, it is in the list. And so now, we all know that Vietnamese cuisine is so diverse and special that even Anthony Bourdain, a world-famous American chef, has called his love for Vietnamese cuisine love at first sight. So how does this diversity show? In the north, with a humid subtropical climate and 4 distinct seasons, the flavor has become very rich, and it's not as spicy, fatty, and sweet as other region dish. Fish sauce, I don't know if you guys know it, but it is frequently used here. Many people think very highly of the Hanoi cuisine, which represent the culinary essence of northern Vietnam. And then in the central region, the food here is known for its fiery, spicy taste. Many dishes are more spicy and saltier than northern and southern food. And the colors of the food are mixed in a variety of ways, colorful and prone to red and dark brown color. And especially the cuisine here is influenced by the royal style. So the processing and displaying step are very sophisticated. And then in the south, the cuisine here has a preference for sweet and sour taste. This is a place heavily influenced by Chinese, Cambodian, and Thai cuisine. So people here often add sugar and use coconut milk. Yeah, you can see it's really colorful. And apart from that, we have 54 ethnic groups living in different locations across the country. So the cuisine of each ethnic group has their own identity, and some are widely known. And if you have your pen and a notebook right here, note down right away these 10 cuisines that you cannot miss if you travel to Vietnam. First, we have pho. Yes, it's in the CNN list too. And with only $2, you guys can get this beautiful, tasty, delicious bowl of pho here. And there are also some of the main ingredients listed. And then we have bánh mì. You only need $1. And the ingredients are also really, really simple, like bread, cilantro, the vegetable, carrots, and meat, grilled meat, or anything that you find tasty, like eggs, bacons, everything. Next, we have mì Quảng for $2. This food is in the central region, and you guys only need $2 for a bowl of this. And then this dish is often seen in the traditional date. It's called spring rolls, and you guys can have this full dish of spring rolls for only $5. And this one is Vietnamese crepes, bánh xèo. You guys can have it for $2. It may look like tacos, but it's actually not. And you guys would love it. And here it's a dish that you can try in Hue, in the central region, for $2. And then this one is in Hanoi, and it's called chả cá. It's made from fish for $5. And this, and you guys can have this if you guys travel to Hội An. Is there something wrong with my PowerPoint?
Yeah, there's like a big blackboard in the middle of the PowerPoint.
Okay, give me a second.
Have you turned off the chat yet?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I have to. I didn't know that it would be black. I'm so sorry. Okay. So let's just move on, because I bet you guys already saw the food. So this is the UNESCO recognized intangible heritages.
Right of pop music, the kind of music pop music, the feudal periods performed on festive occasions of the year during the Nguyen dynasty of Vietnam. This is a symbol of the longevity and prosperity of the dynasty. Currently, this music is performed in diplomatic ceremony, performed for tourists and local of Greece holiday and traditional tech. In central region, we have cultural space of Gong. The cultural space of Gong in the Central Highland stretches across 5 provinces of the Central Highland. The performance of this cultural space includes many ethnic groups such as Zarai, Ede, Bana. Central Highland Gong express natural beauty and human expression. Quan họ Bắc Ninh folk song is also in this list. Quan họ folk song is one of the typical folk songs of the Red River Delta in the north of Vietnam. Quan họ folk song is a form of love song between males and females. The man and woman in traditional costume together sing rustic, laugh gentle verses, sing in traditional ways. Ca Chu is another one. Ca Chu is a popular type of performing arts with chamber music in the north and north-central region of Vietnam, a smooth combination of poetry and music. Today, ca trù, although restocked, still face many difficulties in promotion and conservation. However, ca trù still exists because of its unique artistic value to Vietnamese culture.
Next, I would like to present the Dòng Festival. Dòng Festival is an annual traditional festival in many parts of Hanoi to commemorate the feast of the legendary hero Shen Dòng, uprooting temple to fight the enemy. Besides the worship of Hung Kings is also an important part of Vietnamese culture. The belief in worshipping Hung Kings, the first kings of Vietnam, is not a religion but a symbol of respect and gratitude. The sense of independence, self-reliance, and defense of traditional national sovereignty has been transmitted from generation to other, creating the precious patriotic tradition of the nation. And now to and swan singing and then title in the south. First, swan singing. Swan singing is a form of folk song ritual custom worshipping gods and imperials with a multi-element art form, music, singing, dancing, usually performed in the early spring, popular in the land of Talk and Đơn Ca Tài Tử in the south.
The musical instruments used in Đơn Ca Tài Tử include these are traditional musical instruments of the Viet people. Two foreign musical instruments which have been adopted and reformed by Thai Tu artists include a modified form of the Western guitar, which has a deep hollowed-out fingerboard that enables distinctive Vietnamese ornamentation to be played, and the Western violin that has some changes to its strings.
Đơn Ca Tài Tử is a typical pop art form of the southern region appeared more than 100 years ago. Next is Be and Dặm Nghệ folk song. The lyrics of Be and Dặm folk song raise deep and traditional values such as a respect for parents, loyalty, devotion to others, as well as honesty and good manner, delicate between pupil and pupil. Next is the tagging ritual and games in Vietnam. Tag of War is a traditional folk game and has been recognized by UNESCO as a representative multinational heritage culture intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And these activities often held in the communal house and in spring festival, marking the beginning of a new crop with of bountiful harvest. You can see on the video that two teams are playing tag ritual and against each other. Let's see which will this. And lastly, Mother was this of three realms worshipping practice. So Vietnamese people practice of worshipping the Mother Goddess. Three realms is distributed in many localities. This stereotype of folk belief that clearly reflects the Vietnamese soul. Mother Goddess worshipping show respect for ancestors, promote national pride, and connect the community, acknowledge similarity, and respect cultural diversity.
Thank you, Zhang, for your presentation about intangible heritage. Now I shall introduce you to tangible heritage. What are they? With rhyme, rhythm, and dances, intangible cultural heritage has left tourists and visitors in awe. Let's peek in and see what difference will tangible heritage bring us today. Tangible cultural heritage are physical things that you can either touch or smell or feel, that you can either touch or smell. And people tend to contemplate, behold, and admire these heritage. Relics, antiques, and national treasure. They are all artifacts of special value related to a great event of a country or related to a carrier of a national hero or an iconic luminary. Relics could be a famous work of art of its ideological, humanistic, aesthetic value, representing a trend, a style of an era. Antiques and national treasure are products that could be products that are invented. It could be a typical invention that has high particular value, that have the effects of promoting social development at certain historical period, or it could be a natural specimen demonstrating the stage of formation and development in Earth history and natural history. As you can see on the right hand side, it's Dongsun copper gong, which is beautiful in carving. It illustrates the tradition, the culture, and the belief. It also, on each little pictures on this gong, explain their beliefs and their daily living life. It also illustrates highly remarkable craftsmanship for that era. Historical sites, however, are different things. They are way much bigger, better. They are all places, buildings, and also they include all the relics, antiques, or national treasure within the sites. All of historical sites are deeply connected to histories. On the right-hand side is Independent Palace, which is located in Ho Chi Minh City, and down there on the left-hand side is a tank that was busting down this Independent Palace door on the 30th of April 1973. It is also known as Independence Day. Now, since Vietnam has a diversity terrain with hills, seas, plain, and continental shelves, our country has many scenic sites that are natural landscape or places with a combination of landscape and architectural works of historical, aesthetic, and scientific value. This picture is right here on the left. Never mind. This picture is right here on the left is a beautiful, majestic a majestic underwater river system, which in Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park, which we will mention right after above. In the following part, we will introduce you to 8 of the wonders that are recognized by the UNESCO as Vietnam National's legacies. Firstly is Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. It is located in Bo Trạch District, Quang Binh. It is not only distinguished by an extensive cave look, but by its extensive cave system, but it also known for its presence of many animals listed in the Vietnam Red Books. The cave system, within the cave, there are a system of stalactites in the and it's extremely beautiful, majestic, with various unique shapes. And within the yes, thank you, whoever is turning this thing, you're right on point. And within the cave, within the national park, there's an underground river system that has a length up to 1,500 meters, and and a gigantic cave called Sundong, where you can enjoy yourself exploring the area with just only $3,000 per trip. $3,000 per trip, where you can witness with your own eyes magical scenery and shimmering light mixed with darkness. Secondly, I'll be introducing you to Imperial Citadel of Tang. This is a unified whole of two large relic sites, Hanoi Citadel and the archaeological site of 18 Hoang When visiting this place, visitor will partly feel the change as well as the economic, cultural, political journey of the Vietnamese people during nearly 1,000 years. Going back to nature's Chiang Landscape Complex in Niming Province, it's a combination of interference of unique features of mountains, ecosystem, rice fields, and lakes. This complex was officially enrolled in the top cultural heritage of the world with its own characteristic. Chang'an Complex, including a Chang'an Complex, has been invested to become a world-class tourist area. These complexes include Chang'an Ecotourism, Tam Cốc Bị Động Tourist Area, Biding Temple, and Walu Asian Capital. Also, Chang'an Scenic Magnitude amazed countless filmmaking crews, leaving strong impressment in all visited hearts, which then decide to film in the area. These movies are include Kong Skull Island, Indochine by a Frenchman, and The Quiet American. Mission Ha Long Bay. Now opening up to a bigger area, spacious area with still rocky island. Ha Long Bay is compared as the pearl of the northern side and painted as a wonderful work of art created by the great hands of Mother Nature. Here, a series of rocky islands and caves are interspersed to create a majestic and mysterious wonder. In addition, Halong Bay is also known for its extremely diverse ecosystem of mangroves, tropical forests, coral reefs, and it's also been inscribed on the list of the World Cultural Heritage with its best site of being in the top water wonder of the world. In Halong Bay, you can do and experience many other things as long as it is water related. However, due to the time limit, I will pass on to Ms. Zhang.
Anh chỉ nói tiếp mà.
Oops, my apologies. Misan Sanctuary is an Asian very old relics site which is officially recognized in 1999. This temple complex is located in Zuifu Commune, Quang Nam Province, and consisted with more than 70 temples and towers according to the typical architecture of the Cham people, architectural art. The tower temples were constructed over 10 centuries of continuous development in what was the heart of the ancestral homeland of the ruling Dual clan, which unified the Cham clans and established the kingdom of Champapura.
Now, I will lead you to Hoi An Ancient Tower. Hoi An Ancient Tower is an ancient tower located downstream of the Tubo River in the coastal plain of Quảng Nam province. If other monuments are mostly just as a tourist destination, there is true life in this sand complex. Hoi An is famous for its traditional and harmonious architectural beauty of house, walls and roads, along with the ups and downs of history. The ancient tower of Hoi An will still retain the ancient quiet and mostly feature in its title roof. brick and tree light. Coming to Hoi An ancient town, you definitely cannot miss famous and attractive places such as Phung Hưng and Turkey ancient town, and brick pagoda, and many other tourist attractions. Now we will Ho Dynasty continuing, we will again admire the beauty of the Ho Dynasty citadel. Ho Dynasty citadel is a relic in Thanh Hóa province. The citadel is extremely prominent with the rare, gigantic, unique stone architecture. This is a solid citadel with unique large-scale stone architecture that is rare in Vietnam. The most valuable and unique, the only one remaining in the Southeast Asia, and one of the very few rambas stone left in the world. And lastly, and we will together visit tourist destinations that we would like to introduce, which is the poetic and lyrical beauty of the ancient capital. The complex relic of the ancient capital of Hue is located along the bank of the Perfect River in Thừa Thiên Huế province, known as the one capital of Vietnam, with many unique beauty, with a total area more than 500 hectares. The complex contains a story of places such as Hue Imperial Citadel, Mausoleum, Temple, pagodas. Coming to Hue, you can admire the majestic beauty of Hue Citadel, enjoy the poetic and lyrical beauty of the Perfect River.
Right, thanks Mitsuchi and Zhang for such a wonderful performance. So to end up the journey, let's change up the atmosphere for a little bit. So I'll introduce you to the football countries in Vietnam. So of course, everyone of us here is watching football at least one time in their lifetime, right? So to the Indonesia and Thailand student, I have a question for you. So how do the people in your country celebrate victories, or in any way to encourage the morale of your national football team? Let me know in the chat sections, or you can open your mic. Anyone? Yeah, that's right, bro. Yeah, that's right. That's the spirit of football, the greatest sport of all time. And the huge passion for this sport in Vietnam is even greater when it comes to a tournament, including the national team. Football plays a fundamental part in Vietnamese people's lives. It attracts all ages, from kids to adults in Vietnam. Every person cherishes the enthusiasm, excitement, and passionate feelings toward the round ball. It's not even comparable when it comes to the love for the ball, the players, the coaches, and the country. Vibrant atmospheres creep into anywhere, anytime, anywhere, every little aspect that you can observe. In villages or cities beside Hanoi, all the big alleys and small ones, people hang flags and flowers to express their love. Families gather around the TVs, witnessing the match, or groups of big fans celebrating enthusiastically when a goal is scored. Whenever a football season takes place, the atmosphere here is filled with dynamism, excitement. Those are these moments celebrating the victory, people screaming, chanting, cheering passionately all over the crowded street, or as the Vietnamese call it, a motorbike rally. And after each victory of the national team, everyone rushed to the streets together, hundreds of people having the same heartbeat, chanting the illustrious victory. And there was just a few examples to spread the Vietnamese people love toward football. And as you may know, that the AFF Cup 2020 is occurring. AFF Championship is a football tournament between national men football teams representing countries in Southeast Asia, organized every 2 years by the Southeast Asian Football Federation, also known as AFF. And in these recent years, Vietnam has been performing greatly, with 2 times stepping on the champion stage at AFF Cup 2008 and 2018. And right now, Vietnam is brightest candidate for the champion's position with total IFIS play in AFF Cup 2020. So, to the Thailand student, do you guys remember the final match in AFF Cup 2008 between Vietnam and Thailand? It was an absolutely intense match. The Thailand team was dominating the whole game and they had the first goal at the minute of 21. Nevertheless, a little hope popped up. Vietnam got a free kick at the minute of 33. Lê Công Vinh with a backward heading, taking the ball into Thailand net, ending the most emotional and exciting match ever in Vietnam football history. Let's go back to the past in 2008 and enjoy Just Go one more time with us.
Rất tốt dành cho đội tuyển Việt Nam. Phút cuối cùng của thời gian đá bù giờ. Cú sút vào bên phương. Sự thăng hoa tuyệt vời. Phút cuối cùng và lưới của cô Xin đã rung lên. Tôi còn gì ngọt ngào hơn khi chiến thắng đến từ những giây cuối cùng của trận đấu. Đây là đỉnh cao của đội tuyển Việt Nam tại giải lần này. Sự thăng hoa tuyệt vời, đỉnh cao của bóng đá Việt Nam. Bóng đá Việt Nam sẽ trở thành nhà vô địch của Đông Nam Á tại giải đấu năm nay. Hy vọng là như vậy, niềm vui rất lớn từ trên các khán đài. Một niềm tự hào rất lớn, tất cả đều đang hòa chung tinh thần cổ vũ một bàn thắng tuyệt vời. Vâng, không thể có một kịch bản hoàn hảo và ngọt ngào hơn cho những cổ động viên, cho những người hâm mộ bóng đá Việt Nam đã chờ đợi trong suốt 10 năm qua. Chúng ta đã có cơ hội rất lớn để giành chiến thắng trong trận đấu này, nhưng chúng ta đã để cho đối phương gỡ hòa với tỷ số hòa 2-2. Nhưng rồi đến những giây cuối cùng, khi tưởng như hai đội phải bước vào thời gian đá hiệp phụ thì Minh Phương.
And so that's the end of the journey to explore Vietnamese culture with me and my friends. And we all know that the culture is the unique characteristics of each country. But at the same time, exploring different cultures help people around the world understand and connect with each other better. We are looking forward to welcoming you to visit our beautiful country, Vietnam. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Wow, that was an excellent presentation and I really enjoyed it. And I really hope that I can visit Vietnam once. Thank you so much for your presentation. Everyone, please give some hearts or some clap or thumbs up for this presentation, please. By the way, I already announced that we're going to take a photo together. Please get ready and turn on your camera.
Okay, as we reach the end of today's event, we would like to thank all of you for your participation and attention. I hope that you all enjoyed today's presentation and discussion. But before we left the meeting, I would like all participants to open their camera and take a group photograph together. And after that, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Sunthorn Vittayakul to say closure speed for this week session. Please open the front camera, please. Okay, so let's wait for other participants to open the camera. And who is going to do the photo taking?
Anyone can do for us?
Okay, as Richard Amelia Seleha is volunteer to take a photo for us, please.
Okay, yes,
Get
yes, I
ready.
can. Thank you, moderator. And maybe moderator can count 1, 2, 3 until cheers.
Okay.
Okay.
Is everybody ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Say cheese.
Cheers.
Another photo?
Yes, sure.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Strawberry.
All right. Thank you, moderator.
Yes,
Hey, you're welcome. And I would like to invite me, Associate Professor Dr. Sun Choi to say a closure speech. Please
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you very much, everyone, for the successful of this event for this afternoon session. So I'm very proud to enjoy and to see everything that all group have done and present to us today. So before I leave, I would like to invite the major host, Dr. Majuki from Brawijaya University, Indonesia, to say something before close this ceremony. Will you please?
Okay, thank you very much from Prof. Suntron. Yeah, it was very great presentation of our students today, and also the presentation from Vietnam National University of Agriculture for their culture and social. That's very interesting. So hopefully all of us enjoy very much this program today, and we wait for the next week's program. Thank you very much, Prof. Sultan.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
I would love to have a final word, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining together in this event. But I now can see the chat and I found that Fami Wigati, Hanifa, and Ilvilia Hannah, you guys all have the correct answer. And please leave your contact here. And as I promised, when you guys come here, we will take you to eat exactly the dish that you guys put in the chat box. And I would take a picture so that I don't lose contact with you guys.
Okay, and also please, can I have a time for Professor? You can give some suggestion, or you can ask some students to ask questions or exchange ideas, communicate with the topic today. It would be very good if we can give some comment.
Yeah, before this, I have to because the schedule today is quite tight, so this why our moderator try to finish the cultural section earlier so that we can have some time to discuss about the presentation. Unfortunately, we run throughout to this until we run out of time. So maybe next time, I think if we allow some time for discussion, maybe a good opportunity for some those who willing to share something. Okay, right.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time on December 24th. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much for all of you. See you next week. Yeah.
Thank you very much for all participation and attention today. I hope that you all enjoy today's presentation and discussion. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.